who it is. You already know what it is. It's the Outlier B. And I'm right back up at you cats with another video. How was y'all doing today, man? I'm straight. Y'all usually catch me up here. Not showing my face, but I'm feeling good today, man. Feeling real good because it's Friday. Y'all ain't got no job. Y'all ain't got nothing to do, man. So what's popping, man? What's popping, homie? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all good? I'm out here, you know. I'm out here doing me. Feeling real good. Like I told y'all, the plan has really been the same, you dig? We go to bed early. We wake up real early. And we've been doing that, man. Been definitely doing that, you know. Been chilling. So what up with y'all, yo? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? I'm partly doing this, showing my face a little something, because I got me a little comment yesterday, or a couple days ago. They was like, yo, stop showing your neighborhood, man. You dig? And they right about that. They right about that. They definitely right about that. I can't defend that crazy type of behavior, my people. They're 100% right, you know? So I'm just testing this out, just chilling, showing my face a little bit, you know? I told y'all before, I'm trying to be like Al Heyman out here. You dig? Y'all know Al Heyman? Al Heyman was a Mayweather's promoter. And this dude was like straight up official, son. Straight up official tissue dude. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you didn't see his face, man, but he was one of the most money-making dudes in boxing. But you couldn't put a face on him, man. You know? Couldn't put a face on him. But what y'all up to this morning, yo? What y'all got planned for the day? What do you cats have planned for the day? I don't got much going on, man. I really don't have much going on. I'm just chilling, doing me, you know? Yeah, I'm not really doing too much, just chilling, doing me, representing where I'm from, which is Long Island, Nassau County. So we got 2 people in that check-in, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if this is something that you're into. And what is this? It ain't nothing special, man. I'm just a regular dude walking way to work every single day, just chilling, man. You know? So we got somebody on the check-in. I came on and said, hello, bro. Ain't nothing, man. How you feeling, yo? You good? Where you checking in from? Where you checking in from? I'm chilling, yo. Where you checking in from? This right here is Long Island right here, my man. This is Long Island, New York, Nassau County, a little suburb of New York City. I'm on my way to work. I work in the city, you know? So I got to catch this train up out of here before we get up out of here. So we got Baby 2 for a race. Say hello, bro. Ain't nothing. I'm chilling. We got Antrim. Said hi. What's going on, man? How you feeling? We got my boy Daniel's Gaming came on and said hello, everyone. Happy Friday. What up, Daniel? How you doing, man? How that YouTube page going? We got Cheesecake said Jesus doesn't need you. Jesus wants you. All right. That's what up. Thank you. We tend to get a lot of people coming up here talking about Jesus. Shout out to those people, man. I love y'all, you know. I definitely love y'all. But, all right, y'all seen my face long enough, man. I'm about to turn and flip the camera. I'm about to flip the camera. All right, y'all. That's all y'all needed to see, man. So we got 5 people in that check-in. Again, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If this is something that you cats is into, man, you know. So I'm feeling good. Feeling real good. Got a good night's sleep. Last night, went to bed like around 8:30, 9 o'clock in the a.m. Then the brother woke up like around 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning, man. Feeling real good, y'all. Woke up feeling real good and ready to attack the day. Ready to attack the day. But yesterday, we were speaking about finances. And I kind of cut myself short on some of the things in which we were speaking about. So I'm going to try to pick back up on that conversation. And again, I told you guys that money is something that I don't necessarily like talking about. You know, when you get older, you start realizing, discussing salaries and how much you make. It makes people look at you a different type of way. People try to place you in the hierarchy based on how much you make. And just to avoid that type of stuff, man, I don't even really get involved in that type of stuff. But today, we're going to speak about money management. A little bit about money management, my people. And I'm going to tell you where I'm coming in from. My boy, Skate, PVP 10, said, nice stream, bro. Thanks. Skate, thank you. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. So I'm going to tell y'all about, finances. And I'm going to tell you what money do. Or not even so much money, but just showing certain stuff. So I look at it like this, man. You could put a bum. Now, I don't even like using those words, but a homeless person, right? You put a homeless person on the train, and he could be saying the most enlightened thing in the world. But if his presentation isn't the right way, then that whole message in which he's speaking is going to go directly over people's head. And I see that. And I'm like, all right, what is it about it? What is it about it? And I see that, like, sometimes people believe that if you have things to show, material things to show, then that, like, makes what you say more valuable, right? And I kind of understand it. It's like, you're not going to listen to somebody talking about finances. They could be saying the best thing in the world, but if you don't see proof of the fact that they good with finances, then you're not really going to listen to what they say. So I took a real deep dive into some of the stuff I say. I listen to physicists. I listen to scientists. I listen to the facts in a lot of cases. And a lot of times, man, somebody said, you be speaking facts. Thanks, man. Thank you. And then my boy Kevin, he came on and said, is this Nassau County? Yeah, this Nassau County right here, Freeport, Nassau County. You dig? Freeport and Nassau County. And my boy user 2G7 said, brother, you be speaking facts. Thank you, man. I definitely appreciate that. That's all I like to hear, is when somebody say, you speaking facts. But like you just said, I do feel like sometimes I speak facts, but then I have deficiencies with the way I spend my money, man. Deficiencies in the way I spend my money. So I really see that. And I think sometimes it takes away from my message, So, you take that into consideration. And the first thing you look at is like the small little things you could stop. Because sometimes, man, you got to sit back and look at where your money is going. And the first little thing I'm noticing, and I always people bringing in their lunch to work and stuff like that. And I always used to just tell myself, like, yo, that little bit of money ain't going to kill me, because of the amount of money which I make a year, eating out every morning isn't going to kill me. But then I was buying these pistachios, man. Y'all know them pistachios, the ones that say get it cracking. Them things mad expensive, son, for one bag. So I was going to a store where it was one bag for $6, yo. And I eat 2 bags a day of these pistachios, because pistachios my favorite nuts. You feel me? Pause. Pistachios are my favorite nuts. Pause, you dig? So I was eating 2 of these packs, spending $12 a day just on pistachios. But then I walked into another store and saw the same pack of pistachios from the same brand. 2 for $5. 2 for $5, yo. So I'm like, all right, damn, son, that's what's up. So on that alone, you save $8 a day, son. And it sounds like nothing. $8 a day sounds like nothing. I get it. But when you start multiplying that by 5, then you multiply the 5 by 2, and you start seeing you spending like $160, or you saving $160 a month. just by changing the way you eat pistachios, yo. Ain't that crazy? Next thing I get is watermelon. I just peeped this one today because I was walking by the supermarket and I saw a nice sized watermelon, because y'all know I like to eat watermelon and pistachios. I eat that almost every day. And I find myself eating watermelon twice a day, once for breakfast or the pre-breakfast, and then my pre-lunch, I eat a piece of watermelon. And the place where I get my watermelon from, it costs, damn, I just stepped on something. What is that? A piece of pizza? I don't know what the hell that is. So yeah, so then I looked at the watermelon, right? And I'm spending $5 every time I buy one of these watermelons, yo. And I walked past the supermarket and saw that a big ass watermelon gonna cost you like $6. So I'm like, man, if I took that watermelon and cut that up, that could probably last me for like maybe a week. And I'm spending $10 a day just on watermelon, son. That alone gonna save me like maybe $200 or another $200 a month. So now we talking $400, close to $400, $360 based off of just watermelon and pistachios. Watermelon and pistachios, son. Next thing I look at are those payday loans, man. Y'all ever use payday loans, my people? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't think they really payday loans, but it's like you borrowing money off of your check. So you got the companies like Earning, these things that throw you a little bit of money, $100 a day, depending on how much they give you. So it's like $100 a day they give you, you feel me? And if you keep taking those, like I'm up to like $800 in those, up to like $800, you know? My boy User came on. He said, when I have money, I'm spending all of that immediately. You're hilarious, User. Nah, I hear you, man. I hear you. That's the same thing I used to do, man. I used to, like, money used to burn my pockets. It still do to a certain extent. It's like I get paid, you know, I want to buy stuff I wasn't even thinking about. Like, you wasn't even thinking about that. But since you got it in your pockets, you like, yo, I'm going to buy it. And, you know, when you need that money, you look back at all the stuff that you bought, and you like, damn, son, I will return that right now. So that's what made me start thinking about that. My boy Epic M Sides said, where you walking to, bro? I'm walking to work, big homie, walking to work. You know, I get in early, get in very early. We got another person on the check-in. Mimic said, hello, what's going on, man? How are you feeling today? How you doing? I hope everything is straight. So, yeah, man, I use that Earning stuff. I also use another site called Dave. And then it's another one that I use. So it's like 3 sites, right? So Earning, my credit is up to like $700-800 per paycheck off of that. Then you got Dave, I got like 300 on that. Then the other site, I think I got like 300 too. So the thing about these sites though, they're gonna take their money as soon as you get paid. So as soon as my check hit my bank account, they taxing it off TIDOP, son. So when you put all that together, we talking 700 for Earning, and then 600 for the other stuff. So what's that, 12? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $1,300. That comes straight off of your check before you even see it. Now you do 13 plus 13, now we talking $2,600 based off of you borrowing money off of your checks, huh? So that's a huge chunk of your check. And we're not even talking about rent now. So when you start adding all of that stuff up, man, you start seeing that you're spending the 20, what did I say, 13, so that's 26 with the payday loans. Then with just eating the pistachios, son, that's 26, 27, 28, the watermelon. We talking $3,100, yo. That's coming like straight out of my check a month. Before I even start talking about rent, before I start talking about my bills that I personally may have, this stuff is a killer, yo. It's definitely a killer. And it's like, again, I feel like I be spitting facts. And getting messed up in all of this stupid ass financial stuff really be holding me back. Because if I was driving a Lexus right now, if I had me a mansion right now, a lot of cats would just automatically give me a view, and they'll just assume that what I'm saying makes sense. And it don't have to be based on anything, just off the simple fact that I'm giving them the appearance that, oh, this cat makes some good money. He makes good financial decisions. He's sturdy, he's stable. That's what those things symbolize. And when you don't have them, it really lowers your message, man, lowers your message. So just off the way I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I'm switching those things off. And we're going to see what happens, man. We're going to see what happens, because I'm basically saving, close to what? $1,500 a check, kid. $1,500 a check. And for the month, that's $3,000. So if you multiply that by a year, 12 times, what we say? 12 times $3,000. Now we start talking some real money. We're talking about like $36,000 a year that you could be saving. And that's what we're looking at, man. That's what we, that's what we're looking at. So we got somebody on the check-in. The Mason, damn son, I can't see nothing. Thomas Morea 333 said they grew up in St. Albans in 1945. Hey, shout out to the people in St. Albans. That's what up. That's what up. How was it back in that time in 1945? Then in Elmont. Yeah, how was it back in those times? Let me tell y'all something about St. Albans. I get mixed up with St. Albans because all those places be close. So you got St. Albans, you got Ozone Park, South Ozone, all of those places. I know a lot of people from like the Van Wyck area. I know people over there off of God Brewer, like, those type of places. I know a lot of people over there that's very, very, very close to Long Island, if y'all know. And I hear some stories, kid. I hear some stories from, not now, but back in the day. Back in the day. Like South Ozone Park. It's crazy, man. Crazy some of the stories I used to hear. Some of the stories I used to hear. Like, people don't talk about Southside. That's Southside Queens over there where 50 Cent grew up. But Linden and all those type of places. It could get crazy over there, man, depending on where you are. It can most definitely get crazy over there. I told y'all I got pressed over there once, man. I got pressed over there once. I was standing on the corner waiting for a ride, and I did not know that this was a drug corner. I didn't know that people was hustling over there. And they see me on the corner, and it looks like I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing over there. So they rolled up and pressed me like, yo, what you doing over here, son? I was like, nah, I'm chilling waiting for a ride. He was like, yo, be careful about where you standing, because where you standing is hot. And, that was one of the only times I got pressed in New York, Another time I got pressed in New York because what I used to do, I used to watch for customer fraud with my company. So if somebody was supposed to be doing something and they wasn't, one of my jobs was to make sure that they used to, that they doing what they supposed to be doing. So that then entailed sitting on corners and seeing if this person supposed to be doing what they supposed to be doing is doing what they supposed to be doing. So I got pressed over there in Queens. And then another time I got pressed was in a mob neighborhood, people. I ain't gonna tell y'all where, but it was in Brooklyn. It was a mob neighborhood. And the vehicle that I used to check up on this stuff used to be a Crown Vic. So it looked like an old detective car, son. An old detective car. Some Italian cat came out of his crib and was like, yo, what you doing over here? I'm like, I'm just chilling, man. What up with you? And he like, you ain't no cop, are you? I said, nah, I ain't no cop. He was like, okay, just make sure you ain't no cop. And I'm like, all right. But, it was the funniest thing, man. Funniest things. Y'all ever been in one of those neighborhoods like that? My boy, he said, I live in another nation now. I went to Vietnam, but I'm against all wars now. You went to Nam back in the day, jam, son. How was Nam? You hear stories about people who went to Vietnam and came back with some stressful times from what I hear. He said, nah, I'm in 65. Damn, bro. But thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your service, OG. You know, definitely appreciate people who put their lives on the line for us to have this life that we have, man. And Americans don't even really realize, yo, you know, how good we got it, man. How good we had it. There's nations where I can't even make this same walk. Like, I literally made a walk 1.5 miles, right? I ain't have to deal with no wars. I ain't have to deal with hearing no bombs. None of that, just chilling. So we got to give our soldiers the props that they deserve, you feel me? And Thomas, he said, I speak a local language. Oh, that's what's up, man. You know, you diversifying. That's what up, Vietnam. I got a cousin who used to deal with a chick, and she was from Vietnam, you know what I mean? But she looked Dominican. She looked Dominican. So my cousin used to have jokes about her, you know what I mean? He used to call her DMF, Dominican mommy friend. But she was from Vietnam. She just looked like she was, you know, she looked like she was from Dominican Republic. So my boy Thomas said, unfortunately, my 2 sons had to go into war. No need for wars, I agree. Yeah, you know, you're a Vietnam veteran. I can't discuss, you know, I can't, you know, like you did something I didn't do. You know what I mean? I definitely respect that. Also, I do know, I had a friend, Leo. Shout out to my man, Leo Dumas. He went to the Marines and he lost his life out there. I forget which country it was. I think it may have been Iraq, Iran, one of those places. He was driving a vehicle. That's my train. It better not be my train. He was driving the vehicle, and basically what happened was he went over a mine, and he lost his life over it. But that was a good dude, a real good dude. My boy Thomas came on and said, the real thing was we should have never been in Nam. I hear you. You know, I don't know all the facts, but you serve. So I got to take what you're saying. You know, definitely got to take what you're saying. I definitely appreciate you coming on here, talking to us. You feel me? I'm about to go up in this 7-Eleven, and I'm going to be back next week, man. And thank you again, Thomas, man, for your service, yo. Subscribe, man. I definitely would like to have you more in the comment section and letting us know what you went through, man, because that's crazy experiences. So hit that subscribe button, my brother. This is your boy B. We up out of here, man. I love y'all.